Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Cardcraft. Thanks for joining me again today. On Pinterest the other day, like most of us are, and I came across something. I think it was my porch prints, but I just saw a picture and I went, oh, I like that. Came home, played around from my memory and got this, but I'm sorry, I can't find it again on Pinterest. I've looked and I cannot find it again. So if it's my porch prints, thank you for showing us this. If it's not, whoever did it, thank you. And I'm so sorry I can't remember who did it. What it is using your larger book pages. So like dictionary ones, this one's a herb book, atlases, things like that, to use in your journals to create little mini folders that can either be used, hang on, I'll pull this out. This is a brand new journal. I'm just literally just starting. I came home, played with this the other day and I wanted to do up a whole heap of generic ones ready for journals. Well, I got carried away and finished it off just about. So this, and then yesterday started a journal. So this is just a normal journal. At the moment, it's just 2 signatures. I've cleaned up in here. So I've gutted my book, cleaned up in here, adhered new pages in there, popped my K, which is my maker's mark, in there already. So at the moment, it's 2 signatures. Could become more, could become less, depending on how much I put in there. And it's just odds and sods of papers, some coffee dyed, some packaging. See, I have started bits and pieces in here. Some doilies, more coffee dyed. The actual book that this was, because they were nice big pages, and this has got lots of plain on it. More packaging folded a different way. An envelope attached. I've already killed that one. With tag in here. This whole book's going to be birds and butterflies. So coffee dyed again, a paper bag that I'm still working on. I was working on that one this morning, so I've still got to put some stuff in there. More doilies, more coffee dyed. Okay, the other signature, fairly similar, just a little bit different doilies, things like that. So what this is, as I said before, it's from your larger book pages. Now, it can be either used as a signature that goes in, so when you get to the other side, you've got that, or it can be used the other way. Turn it over. I can put it in, open it out, put it in, let's grab one somewhere. There we go. Paper clip. And it can be, lift that bit up, it can be clipped in. So you've got that. When you turn your page, you have that. And then you can undo it and see the rest. So it can be used either way, which is why I thought they'd be fantastic. Just generic ones done up, ready to then decorate in my themes. So all of my journals are vintage in style. So I thought, well, I can use my bigger book papers and I can do it up with just bits and bobs. And what I started with this was odd printables, digitals that I'd printed out that really didn't go with anything anymore, and I just had all the ones left, and I had a folder with just odd ones in. So I was using up those. So I can do all these sorts of bits in it and have it generic, and then my tags and journal cards, belly bands, etc. can then theme it to my journal. They are really easy to make. They're a great one to have sitting, in a box somewhere close by, ready-made things to go in journals either way you want to. I like my torn edges. The original one, this one, is a music sheets from a book that has, it's spiral bound on this side, so it's a long landscape version, which is why I like this one so much, because when I tear it, they're on the edge. The pages that I've grabbed today, 3 different sizes, vaguely. Oh, they're about the same size, but 3 completely different ones. And I'm going to keep this torn edge in because I like this torn edge. So, and I've got it on all 3. And then you can leave as much as you like of that showing or cover as much as you like. So we'll do our dictionary page first because it's one of our larger ones. I'll just sit those there. What you need to do to start with, and I want this at the top, fold a section up to be a pocket. Now that can be whatever size you want. Move that up, give it a little bit of a crease. Okay, so for me, I will leave this writing here and we'll decorate a little bit up there. Turning it now portrait style, folding it over. I like this to be larger than this. There's no great measurements because everybody's pages are going to be a different size depending on the book. So as long as I don't go past about 5 inches normally, then they will fit any journal that I'm doing. So if this one, let's say, all right, so I've got about 4.5 there. Take it back, 4.5, move it down, give it a crease, and then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to fold this one back on itself to where that fold is. Okay, that's it. Hopefully it's straight. There we go. All right, so that in essence is it. So you'll open this page, you've got pockets down here. You'll turn it over, you've got a pocket here, and then whatever you want to put on there. So to finish this guy off as he is, it's just gluing down here and gluing down there, which holds those pockets in place. I like to glue them a little bit later in case I want to put something down there, especially with this one. So you can see, if I take my tags out, I've got that going just a little bit further down. This is this one. I've then added pockets to it. If you turn it over here, you'll see that's these pockets, but I've got this going just a little bit further down, depending on what I had left of my digitals. So I won't glue them in place until after I've popped those bits. So what we're going to do is find something to decorate in here first, and then we can glue all those bits down. So it's just a matter of finding something to go in there. As I said before, I love all these because they're all worn and they go really well with the style of journals that I do. So what I'm going to grab now is the same little packet that I was pulling out of the other day, which is just what I call large digitals. So they're odds and sods. They're ones that I've got free from Graphics Fairy. They're ones that I've purchased the mystery bundle from Artzology, Artzology, A-R-T-Z, Artzology, and it's a good mix of all sorts of bits and pieces. Print some out. I haven't printed all of them out, but they're just, you know, so there could be anything in there. They're ones that I've actually copied and scanned from a book that I've got. That's a handmade handkerchief that's come through the family that I've scanned as well. So they're just all odds. They don't have any theme. They're just bits that I can pick up and use at any time. So I have these folders and I'll have florals, I'll have small digitals, and this is my large digitals one. So they all go with the type of journals that I do. But see, there's that one. And I know that they were from Graphic Fairy. Okay, so that's all these sorts of ones. Now, I also have, actually, I might do that with this one. Bear with me. I got myself book the other day. I went to an op shop and I found Chronicles of the 20th Century. Big, heavy, heavy book. It's close to 4 inches thick. But it's what I've been using for in here for these tags. So each page has the year and a month, and then things that happened on that month. The next page will be 1900, February, etc. So I've been pulling some of those out, but of course I'm not going to chuck away the rest of the pages. They're just awesome. So here's some pages. See, look at these. Now let's see if, see, she's going to fit beautifully in there. So let's just cut her out to start with. And I'll just trim her as she is right now. But just that bit, because I don't want to ruin anything else that I might want to use later on. So, which is why I tend to use my knife and my ruler, and then I can just cut out things that I want straight up, and I'm not cutting through bits that I find that, oh, I really wanted that bit. You know, let's face it, it's not as though we've got enough books. Right. This is really nice. This will fit in here. It'll also fit in there, but I want that as the cover. I'm thinking, look at that. I want to put a pocket, of course, on there. I always want to put pockets. I have pockets on everything. You should know that by now with me. I've got some paper here. Oh, I could use that on it too, couldn't I? Yep, let's just use that. So if she's going to sit there, I need my pocket to be at least to that. It's about there. We'll just chop that. And we'll work out if we want. I like these in it. I've always liked those sorts of bits, so we'll trim a little bit up there. Just a little bit, just to even it up. I'll have a look at that. Whether that evens that up. Any? Yes, it does. Right. So, for me, as I said before, everything of mine is vintage. So, I'm just going to run over it with some Distress Oxide, just to tone it back down to the colours that I use in all of my journals and all the rest that I have in them. I don't do a lot of white, so everything seems to be coffee dyed or whatever else. When I come across papers like this, which is actually cardstock, it's ex-scrapbook paper, then I will just make it the colours that I want. And I'm just going to put a little bit of brushed corduroy just around the edges, in a little bit over these, just to really rough them up and give them that I don't know, well-worn look. Back over there again. I'm just rubbing that over so it gives it that real tatty look, I suppose would be the best way to go. Wipe that, just so that it's not so inky. I'm thinking I might want just a little bit of a, let's go this one. I have a tendency to never know where the middle is. If I'm going there to there, I'm just using my grid. So I've gone either side of that one. down to that one, down to that one. That one's my centre, which is around about there. Just a little bit. I don't want too much taken out. Oh, told you it was scrapbook paper. It's really, really heavy. All right, I'll go back in there again with that. And then I can decorate that all up. So we're here, we're here. So when I glue this on, I will glue those bits on, and then I will glue a piece down here. So to start with, we'll put her on. I need a bit of glue. Upside down. I've done it again. I was in here this morning working and then went out to do the groceries. Came back to realise that the lid was off all the glues again. It's just standard practice of mine, I think. Alright. Move that to there. Put you down. Now it's going to bend and twist a little bit because of the glue stick, but it will flatten out once it's in your journal. Right, that little bit up there like so. So we'll go to our wet glue now. So we'll go down a standard side. Told you all my lids had been off. Right. Right, now I can see glue on my pin. Right, there we go. Along the bottom, if I can keep my hands straight. Come on. Right, then I'm going to go up the two sides of this one. So up here, because this is where it's been pulled out of a spiral bound thing. And then I'm actually going to go up here to create my pocket. Got some gunk in it. So that it's got a flat edge and tags won't actually get caught on all these bits. Yep, and that's covered that bit. Just push that bit down. I've got no glue seepage out of there anywhere. So technically that's our first page. And yes, I will decorate all that. If we've got time, we'll go back to it. Inside, same sort of thing. Down in these bits, ready for our pockets. Now your pockets, you can put other pieces across or you can just leave them like that. So let's have a look what else we can pop onto all of these. Got that one's a bit small. Sorry, just putting that glue sheet back away before I put my arm on it. Oh. All right. Like those, but they're a bit small. It's got a butterfly and then it can be used in this book, can't it? What did I have in those first page? Still got a little bit of blue. Let's use that up. Right, so this one's going to need, I want that butterfly dead smack in the centre. So all I'm going to do is make a mark there and about there to trim down those ones. Let's have a look and see where it is. So once again, I'm just going to my grid because I only use my knife and ruler or I use my small Tim Holtz trimmer. Got to find that without sticking my head under the camera. How am I going? About there? Right. Oh, there they are. Here's my larger ruler this time. And I might actually just tear that to give it a little bit of an edge. They'll be used for collaging, which I think I will be doing later today. There it is. Right. So let's have a look and see what we've got. There we are. Might trim a little bit off up there. Yeah, no. Because I don't want them too busy. That's going to finish along there. And that's enough for me to actually see in that. So if I trim that about there. Look at that. Right. So we'll glue that one. Pull out this glue sheet again. Make sure it's not too wet. Right. But you could have a whole heap of these folded like that, sitting there waiting to go. Really generic. Or you could do, as we're doing right now, and do these bits without your tags. So I'm just putting that back down so that I can adhere this bit in here. Going up, I want to show quite a bit of that because I like that edge. You don't have to, of course, have any of that edge. You can trim it nice and straight. Beautiful. So we need something on this side as well. And then we can do that one and glue those ones down. So I've really hit myself with blues on this one, haven't I? Do I have blues? It's not a colour I normally work in. So let's just go on back over to my folders, small digitals, doilies, tissue paper, invoices, ads, grid, backgrounds. I do have some background one. I have a backgrounds one. Let's have a look at that. Again, they're all odds and sods, but I know I've got some from where I did the Artzology one the other day, and there's some pretty rose ones in there that are in blues. So let's, and I love these. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? And this was just in her mystery bundle. So let's just have a look. That's too much. These are my own normal background ones that I've got in here. Again, they're from all sorts of things. No, that might be my only blues. Let's have a look at those. I love these. Now, these are just printed on straight copy paper, because I knew I wanted them just as backgrounds. I didn't print them on my normal presentation paper that I use because it's a little bit thicker. So, and I don't want to add too much bulk when I'm doing background papers, because I usually just get it hid on book pages or whatever else, especially when I'm doing altered books. And my pencil, which is just there. You saw that, didn't you? Alright, so if I want about the same gap, I'm going to take that one to about there. Trim that one off. Yeah, I know. I tore the other one. Now I'm trimming. No right or wrong, just whatever takes your fancy at the time. All right. That one. But I will tear my bottom a bit so that I know where it's going. It's going to sit in here. Making sure it's nice and straight or close to. That's going to go about the same length as that one. Right. We'll adhere that one on. Yeah, so much for making a dozen of these. But I will make more this afternoon. Because I just think those are such a brilliant idea to have sitting there. And if you've got all these sorts of things done, when you start a journal, it takes... Ugh, that's off. That's all right. That's all right. It looks more worn for me, doesn't it? Right. Nah. Did nobody realise that that was upside down? Put a little bit more glue on that one. Good catch, Kylie. There we go. Look at that. Oh, it means that that bit that was stuck to my glue page won't be seen anyway. Look. Right. So I want one more bit for that one. Oh, my phone's going a bit mental with messages coming through. Now, that one has a bit of that gold in it as well. So, we'll do that one on the end. And I really like that bit. What I liked about these was, I'll pull that up. See how you've got all these edges that look like they're all folded back. So, on this one, we want him there. Which will be about to there. There's my... Are you in shot? No, sorry. There's my crease. So I'm going to take it to about there. Easier with the trimmer. Set that in. Trim that down. Pop that one back into that folder. Because this one is a smaller one, remember? Right, so I need to take off that top section, which I didn't do. Oh, sorry, if you can hear tings all through the room, it'll be Messenger going off left, right and centre. Right, there's that one. I love these papers. They're just beautiful. Take you to about the same depth. And we'll glue you down as well. And try not, let's just swing it over. Right. That way I won't. This time I will watch which way the flowers go. Right. Back in the drawer. No, because there's my corner. I love that corner. Up there. Beautiful. All right. So there's that bit. So what I can do now, I haven't put the pin back in, have I? Just get sidetracked. That's my problem. And I can't find what I've done with the pin now anyway. All right. Let's hope this comes out. There it is. We'll do this one. It doesn't need the other ones because they're on folds, and so they're holding it in that way. Or if you're going to use it as part of your signatures, it's sewn into where those folds are anyway. They need flat. So we'll lift this up. Give that a push. Now, this is a very old dictionary, so it's not the sturdiest of paper, so I don't want to be too rough with it. But doing it like this as well and putting all these pieces in gives it that sturdiness. Okay, so we've got this and we've got this. So all we've got left to do is those ones and some pockets on there. So our pockets will get done down here. Flick this over, find 2 more in here. Yeah, that's even. It's just where it's torn out of the book. It's all right. Just me. Just me. All right, I'll use that one in there. Need to check how far I want it. Let's have a look. There. To approximately there. I'll tear it. What do you reckon? Save bringing the trimmer over each time. My large knife. Just going to sit it on my grid. Go to where that one is. Tear it off. I need to tear my small end, but I'd rather my small ruler because I have more control when it's a little one with my small ruler. That's just me. Okay, and then we need a length. Now I can take these ones longer, and I might actually take this all the way down so that I've then got that option of doing a side flip or a belly band or whatever else, okay? So that's going to go to there. Make sure that's straight-ish. It's going to go up there. See, no measurements, which is how most times I will do things if I'm working for just me. I tend to sit my paper on, I'll put a pencil mark and all the rest. So this is going to go that way, and it's really got no real direction, has it? So we'll glue that one on. That's fairly dry by now. Alright, it's back down. Wind some more out, Kylie. Make sure I've got all my edges, and then I can fill in. And we decided there was no real direction with this one. I'm actually going to turn it that way so that I can go down there like that. Am I in? Give it a good push. Look at that. Missed all of it. I might need some normal white glue down there in a second. We'll see how that sticks. So we've got one more piece in here, and we might actually use that one again. And we'll go down that side. So I'll take this bit off. And we're going to go, and I'm going to do the full section again to about there. set that on my grid so I can see. Making it nice and straight, or as straight as can be. Down there. Won't that make a lovely tag? Our top one will tear off, and then we can work out how long we want it. Right, put in the bin. Like so. Pencil is down there. If I can find that pencil mark, we'll be laughing. Right. Right. I'll put a few scraps away that I've got sitting there. We'll glue this guy on. And this one is directional, so we will watch as we put it on that we're in the right place. Going that way, and I'm going to swing it that way so that I can watch down here. Look at that. Right. So all of that just because there was blue in there. Deep blue, but blue nonetheless. Right. All done. So there, pockets, there, pocket, there, and we can pop belly bands through there and side tucks or whatever we want to do. Now, let's say we want, see how we've got this one? There is no reason why we couldn't continue that along so that it matches in with this. We are about, it's on this one, that's where we'd be going through, wouldn't it? So let's just sit that there. We are going through about there. That should match that up. Yep. We want this about there. I'm just going to sit that on there, to there, and I'll take it to about where I've already got that. Right, we'll take it there for now. And let's have a look and see how well we've matched up. Not overly. Have I got that wrong? That's down there. Take that off. That's matching up with that. That's matching up with that. Right. You're going to come off there, and I'm going to pop some lace on the top of that. Because let's face it, I can't do anything without a little bit of lace. I like my lace. Sitting in there. Taking you back to that one. Right. That's that, so that it all blends in, but it is an actual pocket. So let's pop a little bit of lace across the top of it to define it. I don't want too wide, so I'm wanting something that's about 1/2 inch I go to the 1/2 inch section. Let's have a look. Something like that would work nicely. That's a bit creamier. I'd like the scallops on that. I am absolutely atrocious because too much lace means you have too much choice, doesn't it? And like, these are almost identical, just a little bit smaller. And I mean just a little bit smaller. Nope, it is. It's the same lace, slightly different colour. Nothing wrong with me. In which case, I like the darker one, of course. Of course I like the dark one. The only other one in there that I've got that I'm thinking, to pop you back in there, is that one. No. All right. Just give in, Kylie. Go with the one you've got. All right. We're going to go that one. Decision made. So if I go just over like so, I'm going to trim that now so that I'm not running with all that on the edge. Then I can pop that away. And I mean away, don't just chuck it on the desk. Right, so now I want some fabric glue. Just get rid of the top of that. Put that there. Yucky. I'm trying to get it off my fingers and into the bin. All right, so just a little thin line all the way across the top of this, which is very hard with a bottle this size, but I need a bottle this size because I go through it too much. Because I use lace on just about everything. I'm not sure I've got that around the right way, yes. And I'm just going to go so that we're at the top of those flowers without stretching my lace. I'm getting too much on my finger and trying to even it up like so. And then every now and again I'll rub my finger. Right, now I can see if that bit needs trimming a little bit. Like so. Now we'll grab our normal white glue, which I've still not found the pin for, and adhere our pocket. Like so. That one will go in here. I'm just going to flick this one out, and it is that side, isn't it? Yes, so that I can match this up. It's whatever works. If you find you can do it in the one thing, oh, so many kudos to you. I need to flatten them all back out again. All right, sticking that in. So now it just kind of looks like a bit of lace down the page. But what you've actually got, let's just grab something here, is a pocket, okay? But in essence, it just looks like a piece of lace. So you can use it as a hidden piece or leave it. If you're doing a journal for somebody, leave it like that. They can tuck it in, and it's a surprise to find that it's not just a little bit of lace. See what I mean, how they curl? They will flatten in your journal. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. Right, so what we need to do is pop stuff on this one. Now, for me, because it fits in like so, I will do these two the same, and I do this one separately. So in my wheel one, here we go. And here's one I've prepared earlier. I've got my front with a double pocket on it. And then inside I've got some script going all the way through with another pocket on this one. So that was actually off the bottom of those. So I'm still debating about that one, whether it'll go in there as a tag or what it'll do. And then on this side, I've actually left this and made a little vellum envelope to go on there. So this one's a different size. Again, as you can see, they're always going to be different sizes depending on the page that you start with. So we need something to go on here, and we could just use more book paper. You could leave this as is and just have a little tag bit going down here. So let's have a look at that. If I just grab one of my add-ons and get rid of some of that glue that's sitting on there. Oh, large add-ons, what do you reckon? Should be no, something a little bit larger. I like that, but not with the flowers. Might not have anything just pre-done in here. Oh. Look, we could just do that. Nice and easy. You could leave it, just have it adhered around here so that you've got a little tuck spot in it again. Actually, what I'm going to do with that one, just so that it'll highlight up a little bit, I'm just going to go to my tree branch in my archival and my blending brush and just give it an edge. So I've got my blending brush just slightly kicked out. I'm a right-hander, so I'll kick it out slightly to my left. If you're a lefty, the opposite way around, of course, so kick it out to your right. But what it'll then do is it'll take away that core colour of the white and just slightly give it an edge. You're not going to see it that much on the black mat that I'm on the glass mat or whatever you've got underneath you. But when we sit this back onto there, you have a look at the difference. That one I will wipe, find my piece of paper towel. All right, now have a look. See how it's lifted it up? And now it actually pops into there. So I'm going to go from there to there, which means there to there. And I'm going to sit that on my grid. That one and that one, wasn't it? And then I'm going to glue from this point and make that a little pocket. From that point to that point. Okay. I'll sit this down. Yes, I know. I'll fold it out. Straightish. So that what I've got now is a little pocket that goes from here to here. So it gives me a good, you know, I don't know, what's that? 4 centimetres, 1.5 inches, something like that to tuck in there again. So what I've got is this lot now. It's a large add-on, so I'll just pop them back away. And I want something that's going to go across here. So let me have a think. Let me have a think. I like all these colours. We're not sticking with these colours, Kylie. We've gone blues. Do I have the other side of that in there? Or did I only get the ones with that? I may have. And I've missed part of it anyway, haven't I? So, with these ones, which is probably why they've been picked over. So, just bear with me. We'll see what we've got to the side here that's going to be long enough. Yeah, I've picked them out all the way through. That one would have been nice. I might have to join because it's not quite long enough. All I need to do is put something in there. So let's have a look at this. You're not going to be straight. We'll just do very quickly, if we can find our scissors. Otherwise we'll use the big scissors. Okay. And I'm just going to give this an edge. Like so. So I'm just very lightly going close to, but not right on. Like so. And down there. Doesn't need to go down very far. Right, which will be about to there. Let's just have a look. So if this top piece is straight, now that we've cut it round about straight, we can see that this is all on an angle. I just bend that over. Might need to come down a bit further. So if I'm going to take that to about, to about there, that should give me enough. And then I can always just trim it up, but it's enough to straighten it to start with. Tell you what, how about we actually put that under it? Oh, let's just rip it. Like that. Oh, it rips nicely actually. Yeah, don't use your blade on your glass mat. You'll end up with scratches like that where I've forgotten, and you'll kill your blade. Oh, like that, like I've forgotten. It's all right. They keep making blades, so that's fine. So if I've got that in here, yes, that can go smaller. I'm going to take away that bit. It's going to sit in here like so. And I can take off close to 1/4 of an inch off that. About 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, just a smidge. Because that's a measurement, right? Let's see what that one looks like. Because this wasn't wide enough, we're going to actually, yep, that still kind of fits in. Right, but what I want to do, just to get rid of that white and highlight up, because it'd take me a month of Sundays to cut in and around all this actual lace work. So if I just do this, which gets rid of the white edge, sorry, frog in my throat, which gets rid of the white edge around that lace, it's made for a quick job. See how it doesn't look like it's got as much of a white edge now, and it makes it just look like it's part of the lace. So yes, I'm finishing here, but what I'm going to do with that bit is make a section in there. This is going to be adhered down, and we'll stick that down right now before we go any further with this one. All right. Running out of time, aren't we? I think my hair's nearly up. that bit where I want it. And I can work my way across, because I'll just refold this in here once it's all stuck down. So I don't know if you can see that one properly. You can see where it's been copied off this little, I don't know, very fine silky hanky. So that'll be folded back in there. And I'm going to pop something on there that would look like it's tucking under, so that we've got this little section in here, and we can just make that out of anything. So in saying that, let's have a look at anything. I've got some coffee dyed paper here. The other side is lighter, and I'm going to sturdy it up a little bit to make it into an actual pocket. Okay. So I'm going to take it to there. Still can't find my good scissors. Like so. It doesn't need to be that long. Like this. And it wouldn't be one of mine if I don't stamp somewhere. So we'll stamp on this to make this pocket. What do you reckon? But again, we'll do a flower maybe. Butterfly flower. We'll stamp in Twilight, which is this beautiful colour I've got that I used for those butterflies in that journal. Which, who would know where they are now? So what are we going to stamp on it to finish this up? We're up to 57 minutes. Right. We'll stamp it all over pattern there. Which can make us a tuck in there. Do we want flowers? Let's have a look. Since it does have so many flowers in it, doesn't it? Alright, let's just grab that. That might be nice. See what else we've got in here that may just top of that one would be nice, wouldn't it? There you go. Decision made. So, just set that on my foam. This is going to go in here. Like that, I'm thinking. Yep. So I only want those bits. And I want it that side. And it's going to go about there. So I don't need to stamp the entire stamp because I know I only want that top section. Like that. Set you back up there. Set you there and clean you up in a moment. You back away. Pop you back over there. So that will make a little tuck. And it's got to have some numbers. Surely it's got to have some numbers. So let's have a look in here. Not those ones. I've got... Yep, let's just go one of those. Again, these are just cut out from bits of scrapbooking paper to anything that I'll find floating around. And they all just go in that. So let's adhere you down. Come on. I knew I'd be pushing my luck. There it is. It's all right. Problem solved. Problem solved. Like so. Make this one a tuck with an opening on this side. Nice and straight. What do you reckon? This one will now go in here. Holding those sections down. And then you've got another little tuck spot in there. So they are nice and easy. You can do them any page size you want. We will very quickly go back through just a smaller page size so that you can tuck them in journals. You can put them that way and actually have them paper clipped on. I can never remember that word, paper clip, you know. And you can do what you like with them. But they're, once again, great way of using up book page. So, very quickly, right, here, this is my, I use for sanding and things like that. But what about, because it's a different size book, again, so that you can see that you don't necessarily need huge ones. So let's try it with something like this. So this time I'm going to fold this way so that I've got this rough edge across here. Okay. So fold up the pocket to start with. Folding over to make your first page, which will be larger than the piece that's left here. So we've got about 3 1/4, 2 3/4, or if we want to go centimetres, 8.5 centimetres, 6.5 centimetres. Okay, so fold that down, press it up, turning it over on itself, and then that one will fold back on itself. That's all there is to it. You can do them any size you like. So now we've got another little one like that. So big size, there it is. There's our front page. There's our inside. Turning over, and there's this one. Okay, front page, inside, and over. Any page you like. Great way of getting rid of book paper again, and especially great for your bigger sheets. You know, our big ones that we've got that we find at op shops or wherever else. Great way of doing it. See, that one's going to work a treat too, with that up and roughed across the top. How easy are they? Look, bang, bang, bang. Fold. Shove out of the way. Just make that a proper crease. All you're going to need to remember, give that a good crease to start with so that it's easier to fold. Fold. You can see that that's bigger than that one. You don't even need a ruler. Folding up. Creasing down. Turning over. And folding back on itself. There you go. All ready just to sit there to pop into your books. Easy peasy. I hope you've enjoyed it. I love doing it. As I said, I'm going to sit down one weekend when I've got nothing else on a deadline and just make a pile of them, sitting like this to sitting like this, that are, you know, extremely generic, slightly generic, ready to go in whatever, and then once they're done, I can then fill them ready for specific journals that I'm working on. As I said, hope you've all enjoyed it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.